Hey guys, how are you all doing tonight? Welcome to the fast food edition of What's Cooking in the South. And here's what I mean by fast food edition. This is going to be a brief, abbreviated version edition. We're going to go probably about 45 minutes. We'll go to about quarter after, maybe 9:30. And what we're going to do, we're going to cover quite a bit. But as always, the way that I get into this, I'm going to get right into it because we are moving quickly tonight. Let me give you a little bit of food for thought. All right, guys, we're going to keep this moving tonight. Here's the deal. These are the dog days of the off season. This is when the hardcore fans are still interested, but the casual fans and the not really fans at all kind of fade away, fade off, do their thing. And even for a show like this is the core family. Those of you who are here tonight, you're sort of the core family. And I want to talk to you guys about, as you look forward to this year, what do you want to see? I want to talk to you about that because this is the time when you see much less activity in the Facebook groups and on Twitter. There's a lot less happening. Free agency is kind of at a lull. The draft talk is just about to get started, but it's right now there's a little bit less of it. These are the dog days of the off season. And after here, once we get to the draft, then you get to camp, you get to rookie camp, you get to things start to pick up, and it starts to get more and more and more exciting. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk tonight about this season, what you want to see out of this season, what you want to see from the show this season. We're going to talk about all of it. I want to hear from you. I'm even going to open the phone lines. First thing I'm going to do is copy to the clipboard. If you want to call in, now you do not have to come on and show your face. This can be just audio if you don't turn your camera on. I want you to do that. I want to hear from you. And we're going to keep it moving. These are going to be quicker than maybe normal. I'm going to bring absolutely a very key part of this show, Mr. Miscreant, Matt from Oklahoma. How you doing, Matt?
I'm good, man.
Good. You feeling it's the dog days of the off season. It's out of lull, and the big news is Bruce Arians got a tattoo.
Yeah. When that tops the cake, you got yourself a dead week. It's a slow news cycle. Yeah, it's dragging. That's absolutely for sure. And I kind of feel like everybody is, when you see fans talking, they're digging for information. They're trying to make it more exciting for themselves. And that's normal, I guess, because we're all in this for fun. And right now, there's not a lot happening. Yeah. And, well, I'll tell you what, though. We got a guy here who's in the lobby here ready for me to bring on, who, if there's anybody who knows what's going on, it's this guy. If there's anybody who can tell us what we can be excited about or what we can at least be paying attention to, it's Joshua Cole Allen. Hey, brother. How you doing?
What's going on? How we doing?
I'm doing good. This is the dog days, man. This is the dog days.
Oh, yeah, but there's still a little news here and there trickling in to look forward to. I know everybody just wants that AB signing to happen already. And when's AB signing? What's going on? Where's AB? And that's the big news they're waiting for, because that's really the last piece of the puzzle to bringing this team back together. No one's saying, well, what about the backup quarterback situation? Are they going to bring Blaine Gabbert back? Are they going to bring in a pass-catching running back? What about pass rush? Are they going to bring anyone behind?
The burning question, will Blaine Gabbert be back?
Yeah, I mean, no one cares about that right now, which are all big questions, though. Because if Gabbert gets an offer somewhere else for a couple million and, $4 million deal, that's not something the Bucs are going to match. And then you're left with potentially Ryan Griffin there holding the bag, and that's a scary thought. So
what about what happened? What about Arians today? Well, am I not correct? And Ryan Griffin's not under contract, is he?
No, Ryan Griffin is not in a contract.
So
Ryan
I mean,
Griffin made more than Blaine Gabbert last year.
yeah, they were talking. If I'm correct, I mean, tell me what happened with Arians today. Arians said some interesting things about the draft.
Arians did have a lot of interesting things, but the most interesting thing came at the end of the press conference and then subsequently right after. If you have not got on, and I don't know if you have a picture of this, because I know you're usually locked and loaded and ready, but Bruce Arians, a man of his word, got his Super Bowl tattoo.
Yeah.
And let me tell you something. It is better than some of these players' tattoos that I got. It's fire. I think I might get the same one, like legit, like tap for tap. But Bruce Arians got a Super Bowl tattoo. It was great. But
Nice.
on to stuff about he talked about it. And speaking about that whole AB, he said there's offers out there. They've been in communication. They have offers for him, and they're just kind of waiting in that waiting period. We'll see where it goes from there, and which kind of gives you thought too, Rick. Were those rumblings about a certain wide receiver that he's worked with before, and Larry Fitzgerald, was that posturing? Was that just saying, hey, we'll take a look at somebody else? Or was that in fact, hey, if you're not going to accept this offer we're putting in front of you, we're going to have our bases covered.
That wasn't from him, though, that information. I mean, it may have been leaked from him. It may have been linked from the organization. Leaked. That may have been a ploy, but it wasn't like Arians came out and said, we're interested in.
No, but that's the thing. It was rumblings, and so I said rumblings and rumors. Yeah. We heard that they might be interested, and with Bruce confirming that they have an offer on the table for AB, and AB hasn't accepted it yet.
I just think AB that's just AB.
Yeah, I feel the same way.
He made the comment on Instagram or whatever that, him and Brady are coming back. Yeah. I just think it's, I think it's just, it's AB, to add a little drama, it's AB, I mean, if that's the worst thing they have to deal with, if the worst thing they have to deal with is a little bit of drama like this, where AB's like, yeah, I'm going to sign. I mean, he's even saying it. So I don't feel a whole lot of, stress regarding AB. Am I crazy about that?
No. I think he'll be back too. I just think that, hey, there's no rush to sign. The Bucs don't even have the cap room to sign him for the most part.
Yeah.
They'd have to move some things around and get some room there. So
we got
maybe that's the thing. I mean,
we got Don Turner here, by the way. Don Turner from Don. I hope I say this right. Albany, Georgia. Yes, I think that's right. It's Albany. No, it's not Albany. No. It is not Albany. It's Albany.
It's Albany, New York.
Right. It's Albany. I believe I said that right. I'm not positive. But all you guys in chat, I want to know what you had for dinner. Joshua, what'd you have for dinner?
We go over this every Tuesday, Rick.
I ask, do you really have tacos every Tuesday?
Every Tuesday.
Do you really?
He's got kids.
First of all, tacos are amazing, and it's the only thing I can bank on my kids eating every day.
That's week. Fair. So, okay. Well, I mean, I'm going to ask because, it's Taco Tuesday, but I didn't have tacos. I mean, what'd you have, Matt?
I know.
Well, you had me on a short schedule tonight, so I put it off, but I'm going to have spaghetti and meatballs.
Oh, well, you know what? We were close. Matt, I had ravioli.
Well, that makes me jealous because I'd rather have that. But
I'd rather, and I think I'd rather have spaghetti and meatballs. So I don't know, but I also it's kind of funny. Today was a funny day. I found out that my cat likes popcorn. Not the producer. He could care less about any human food at all. No interest. I mean, does not interest him even a little bit. But my other cat, apparently, somehow or other, in some way, popcorn is crack to that cat. I mean, she's usually very calm, very docile. Just, if I feed her something, she'll just sit there, properly, and I'll give her a little bit. And if I stop, she just turns around and goes away. She doesn't beg. She doesn't anything. I was sitting on the couch eating some air popped popcorn, no butter, no anything on it, just plain air popped popcorn, and she was climbing on me to try to get some more. She was literally trying to take it out of my hand while I'm putting it in my mouth. So, go figure.
I had a cat that ate white onions.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was the strangest thing. It was a Persian thing, mix.
Yeah.
But when my mom would cut white onions, not yellow ones, not purple ones, just the white ones.
Yeah.
She'd come up like you're talking about, just about want to eat the whole thing out of her hand.
Yep.
It's crazy.
Yeah, what I'm gonna do, Matt, I'm gonna put you back in the lobby because I want to just have like a little one-on-one time here with Joshua. Don't take that as anything. You're safe, Joshua. I promise. But I'm gonna real quick before we move forward. I am gonna say this. I'm gonna say I had a food tragedy at my house today. Oh yeah. I was microwaving something and I heard this loud pop and my microwave died.
Oh, that's never good.
Now I'm single.
Right?
That means it's time to get an air fryer.
No, you know what that means? It means within like 5 minutes I was in the car on the way to Target. That's what that means. So all right, Matt, I'm going to put you in the lobby and we'll be right back to you in just a little bit. Joshua, I want to talk to you more about today and the news of today, because it's tough, man. Seriously, when tattoos are the biggest news of the day, and it really was the biggest news of the day. I personally think that him talking about drafting a quarterback was the biggest news. Get into that a little bit.
Yeah. So he was asked today, if the opportunity presented itself, would they consider taking a quarterback? And, pretty much in coach speak, he said if the guy on our board is there, that we have, the 5 guys we have there, and he's one of the best players available, it's something that we would look at, whether it's in the first round, second round, or third round.
Who do you think that guy is? I know, shot in the dark.
Funny enough, I think it could be, if he falls, a guy named Mac Jones, who I spoke with yesterday during his pro day at Alabama, and who has had communications with the Buccaneers.
Really?
Couple.
So you think it's possible they'll go from Mac Jones? I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know. I mean, I want to see somebody from Alabama do well before it almost just feels like, yeah, these guys just don't have it at the pro level.
I don't think Mac Jones falls to 32. You've seen some mocks, where he's fallen into the second round, or I think if he falls to 32, in that early 20s range, mid 20s range, someone's going to move up and grab him.
I heard about an overthrow. Yeah, I heard about him overthrowing something, and when he did it, it was, they panned over to Belichick, who was, I guess, rolling his eyes or whatever.
Yeah, but that's funny because Saban was flanked almost all day with Belichick and Josh McDaniels on either side of him, just talking and shooting the ass. But yeah, we'll see. Pro days are pro days. I don't.
Yeah.
They're not putting as much stock in.
Yeah, but man, was it the other day? Fields? Was it Fields that had this spectacular pro day?
It was today. Ran 4.40.
Yeah.
Fastest quarterback to do so since, I think, RG3.
Okay. No, who was it a couple of days ago had a pro day? Yeah. Oh, my God. That guy.
Crossbody throw rolling to his left.
Yeah. Holy cow, man. I'm
barely even touched it.
I don't normally look at that kind of stuff. And, for me, it's like, yeah, okay, I see this stuff all the time. They do this every time, whatever.
Yeah.
His pro day, I was like, what the heck? that looked different. He looked next level. If I can notice it, although I will tell you what, you know what's funny? Do you know another quarterback that I thought looked phenomenal at the combine? And I thought, oh, this guy's going to be really good. Mark Sanchez.
The Sanchez. Hey, he led into a couple AFC championship games.
Yeah. Yeah. But wow, did I get that one wrong, huh?
Yeah, right. Just a little bit, but
yeah.
No, I think it'd be interesting. A couple of the quarterbacks they talked to, we're looking at some guy in, possibly the 6th, 7th round would be a guy like Ian Book. A guy like I mentioned him the other day on Peter.
Who was that?
Ian Book, quarterback from Notre Dame.
Okay.
The winningest quarterback in Notre Dame's history. I know that sounds crazy. But
is that true?
Yeah, that's true. He's a guy that they could look at. Doesn't have a huge arm, can throw it down the field, but it's got everything else: athletic, accuracy. And you can kind of work on strengthening that arm a little bit too. So when everyone says, "Oh, he doesn't have a strong arm to get it down the field,"
Yeah.
I mean, you can work on that accuracy.
As you get deeper into these guys and learning more and more about these guys and talking to these guys and hearing people talk about these guys and all of that, is there anybody that you look at that you think might be available at 32 that's one of those, this could be a nice little sleeper?
As a quarterback or as
any position, just somebody that you think, if this guy falls, and I think he might, this could be, this guy's going to be special.
There were a couple of guys that I was looking at, like a Tevin Jenkins. I thought that is a guy that they've already spoken with, and I really like him as a prospect tackle. He's a down and dirty in your face type of guy. But now that they're re-upped, they have worse, and they re-upped Donovan Smith. I just don't think you invest in a tackle that early when you have Donovan Smith wrapped up for 3 years. So he's a guy that I really liked.
I have an interesting question about that. The Bucs are talking about, they're in win now mode, right?
Yes,
rookies are not really win now propositions. I know on your mock drafts, you've had the Buccaneers doing something that my God, I hope you're right. Okay, I do hope the Bucs trade out of the first round. I want to see the Bucs trade down. The whole draft, just keep trading and gathering picks, and they don't have to be this year. Just get future picks. Just next year, own the draft. That's that would be awesome. But I want to see that happen. Is there any shot? I heard on Jacob's show just a little bit ago, they were talking about running backs. And maybe Etienne being available. Is there any shot of that?
I think so. Yeah, it all depends on what teams view their needs. The Jets could use a running back. Miami could use a running back. Pittsburgh could use a running back. But do they want to take a running back in the first round? That becomes the question. When they all have needs that they could fill otherwise. The Jets at 18, they could get. The Dolphins at 18, they can see something like, hey, CeeDee Lamb fell to 19 last year or 18 last year.
Well, somebody's going to fall. That's the thing. There's always somebody's going to fall. One or two guys are going to fall. Yeah. And there's going to be some pick where everybody's going, what?
Exactly. And that's probably the Raiders at 19.
It's always the Raiders.
Right. But no, same thing. The Jets have way too many holes, in my opinion, to take a first-round running back like a luxury like that. I just don't see them being able to do that. And the Steelers need offensive line help in the worst way. Plus, they just lost Bud Dupree, so they could be looking at a pass rusher. So, it's a sexy pick to give teams running backs and position players and stuff like that and skill players. I just don't know if that's necessarily the route that some of these teams are going to go. The Bucs could be sitting on the board with Najee Harris, Travis Etienne, and Javonte Williams looking all in their face, which is if they want to go running back, which is something Bruce said with Fournette and Rojo and Vaughn, who he's high on Vaughn still. They could still draft a running back. That's not a position that he's going to rule out.
Am I crazy? Let me just ask the question: is Rojo going to be on the team this year?
You're not crazy. And we talked about this the other day, and it's actually, we're going to be doing a roundtable on this. Is Rojo tradable? What's Rojo's trade value? And if they do draft a running back early, one of these big three guys, or even someone a little bit later, like a Kenneth Gainwell or Demetric Felton, could Rojo's job be in jeopardy? And I know the coaching staff likes Rojo a lot, but if you're going to get one of these big three guys, well, you want to get them on the field at your first round pick. And, it's easier to sell them as, hey, you're the backup to Leonard Fournette, and this to say Rojo, okay, you lost the competition, you're the backup to Leonard Fournette.
Do you believe they're really high on Vaughn? Do you really
I
believe
think
that?
so. I think so. I think they
Okay.
liked him a lot. They had a second round grade on him the year prior.
Right.
Um, third round grade on him the next year. So
He's got
they were
some
studying
amazing
him.
highlights. If anybody wants to know about Keyshawn Vaughn, look up his highlights from his college career, and I guarantee you you'll get a little bit excited. That guy's
And he
got
was
a highlight reel that is just spectacular.
and he was running behind the 128th
Yeah.
ranked line in NCAA
Yeah.
in the SEC. I mean, in
Yep.
the SEC, big boys. He's
Yeah.
playing
Yeah.
against the big boys in the
The
SEC
big boys.
with a
Yeah.
crap line, and still
Yeah.
doing that. So yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, and I really liked him coming out last year. I thought his pass pro was pretty good. Obviously, he
Yeah.
had a little bit of a case of the dropsies, but that was a plague throughout their whole running back. If you count
Right.
if you
Right.
count McCoy's 2, Keyshawn Vaughn's 3, and Rojo and Leonard Fournette both at 5 apiece, that's 15 drops from your running back. That's a ton of drops.
Yeah. Well.
From
Yeah.
your running backs. That's
Right.
crazy.
Yeah. Is now Herb talk about what Arian said today about OJ Howard, and I know you got to go, so I'll let
Oh
you go
yeah.
after that.
Before I get into that, just 2 little housekeeping news real quick.
Yeah.
Ryan Smith, cornerback for the Buccaneers the last few years, special teams captain, special teams leader. He has moved on. He's signed with the I almost said San Diego, the Los Angeles Chargers. So
Okay.
a guy who's been your 4th, 5th cornerback in that special teams role, he's decided to move on. Look for Herb Miller to maybe take that spot. I still think they need to bring in a veteran, whether that's re-signing Cockrell again. Maybe that becomes a position where they draft a guy who
That
can
guy
maybe,
was Cockrell had a good year last year. I mean, he was. I remember all of a sudden I'm like, who? you know?
yeah. And he's a veteran. He started 45 games if you count
Yeah.
last year when he had
Yeah.
to. So he's been around the block. He knows what he's doing, and the coaching staff seemed to like him. So look for him. They could dip into the draft this year for that special teams cornerback, maybe some guy who's got return ability. So either look for Herb Miller to maybe step up and take that role of Ryan Smith, or for them to draft a guy. I
All
haven't
right.
had them draft a cornerback. That's a spot I might look at now with Ryan Smith moving on, because I had them re-signing Ryan Smith and probably bringing back Russ Cockrell. But with Smith moving on, Cockrell unsigned, that could be a position to look at. Another little housekeeping thing: it is indeed, in fact, official. The Buccaneers will be playing a 17th game in
Yep.
Indianapolis against the Colts. That's
Yep.
going to happen this year. Next year, the Buccaneers will host a 9th game, a 9th home game. So that's coming. Look for more information on that to be coming down the line. Plus, with the schedule, everything. They did confirm a September 9th start, and the Super Bowl will be played the second week of February, and pretty soon it's going to be that President's Day weekend. And guess
Hey,
what, everybody?
quick
We're going
question.
to have that holiday after the Super
Oh
Bowl. So
yeah,
we're
we
going to have
finally
it
will have the
forever.
Super Bowl as a holiday.
Yeah,
Hey,
go ahead.
question. They were talking about I don't rumor. You know how Facebook is.
Yeah.
About every team having a game overseas. Is that just typical social media crap that you're
Not ev-
hearing? That
not every year, but every team will be playing. Because I think there's still some teams that have not gone over to London yet.
right?
So every team is going to be playing an international game. It's not necessarily overseas. It could be in Mexico.
Okay,
It could be in
okay,
London. It could be. They might start experimenting with other things. Remember, they wanted to play a game in China. It was a preseason
right.
game between the Seahawks and Patriots. That never got off though. But I mean, they're definitely looking to expand the game as much as they can. So definitely put stock into that. But as far as OJ Howard, let's get back into that.
Yeah.
Arian said that he looks fantastic so far in his
Yeah.
return from his Achilles. He's been running with an Ultra G vest on, about 80 to 85% of his body weight. And pretty much spoke on the addition of having him back, what it's going to do for this offense, what it opens up. Just adds another weapon, another element. And, I mean, me and you have been talking about that 12 personnel.
Yeah.
That
Is that a signal about Cam Brate?
Part of me wants to read into it and say yes. Part of me also looks at, I'm on Instagram a lot, and I follow Miss 12, which is Chris Godwin's wife, and they were just all in Belize. Him, Ali Marpet, Cam Brate, a couple other guys. They were in Belize, and well, yes, it's the off season. You're having fun with your guys, but I don't think Cam wants that to stop. I think he really, really loves his time in Tampa. And for me, the more I look at it, the more I think, and the more like, okay, they haven't done anything yet with Cam Brate. And they definitely need to open up space. And they know that they're paying almost $18 million in tight end contracts right now.
Right.
Does Brate get cut? Does he get
That's
cut
my question. That's where I was going.
A deal that's cheaper, a long-term deal that's cheaper, and maybe it's only $10 million or $9 million for 3 years.
That's where I was going. That's what I was wondering, whether that was a signal.
That's something that I've been thinking about.
Right.
Because he loves it here. All of his boys are here. He's friends with them. You saw him on the parade, having fun, partying with his guys. Caught the trophy.
Yeah, Edelman loves Brady, but that doesn't mean Edelman's coming here.
I mean, he's already here. I mean, I don't think if he gets cut, I don't think he's getting the money he's owed in the next couple of years. Anyways, is what I say.
Right.
6.5, 7.3.
Is he? I don't know that he's guaranteed much more. Is he?
He's not guaranteed any money. He's
right.
Cut and $6.5 million opens up the cap.
Right.
So, and he's due almost $21 million over the next 3 years.
Yeah. I think they could just restructure, sign him to an extension, whatever you call it. He ends up. They pay him a bonus now. He's got he's making the veteran minimum this year, but he's really making whatever because of the next few years.
If you do that, then you're adding money to the next few years, and now, like I said, his $6.8 million cap hit comes into like a $7.5 million, and you don't want that. That's something you can't do,
right?
Because it's just way too much. But they could just rip it up. Rip it up, Rick. Say, hey, let's rip this.
No, I agree, and I could see that happen.
To a 3-year, $9 million deal with incentives to push it up to 15.
Yeah.
Or incentives to push it up to 12.
Yeah.
That's something I could definitely see happening.
Yeah. I appreciate it, Joshua. Tell everybody where to find you.
Yeah, absolutely. You guys can find me on Twitter at Joshua_C_Allen. Posting all sorts of Bucs news, all sorts of stuff on there, doing some AMAs. Got some articles out right now at bucksreport.com. Make sure you check that out. And guys, we have a solid date. I've been teasing. But the Audible is in fact coming back, and I'm going to give you the date. April 8th. Mark it on your calendar, circle it. We have a huge surprise. I am so excited to be able to bring this.
I know what it is.
I'm so excited to bring this surprise for you. We're going to start teasing it, starting actually on the cheap seats on Sunday. A little bit of a teaser here on Thursday potentially, but
guys, you want to be here Sunday and find out what this is, because I will tell you this: you want to be here Sunday. You want to hear what's coming.
Yeah, I'm excited to bring it to you, and it's just start. We're going to have a lot of good stuff coming here on the Audible, here on Bucs Report. So, guys, April 8th, circle your calendars. You're not going to want to miss it. And while I still have your ears, guys, make sure you go check out the Locker Room app. They were just bought by Spotify. If you don't know what the Locker Room is, you know what Spotify is. So big things are coming for Locker Room. Make sure you're in here now. One of the first people to get on here before it explodes. Locker Room is available on iOS, soon on Android apps. Get on there, go talk sports, and have discussions with your friends. And Rick, always a pleasure.
Yeah, my friend. Thank you for coming by.
Absolutely. I'm going to go watch Godzilla with my son for preparation for Godzilla vs. Kong.
Have a great night.
Have a good one.
All right. Excellent. No joke, guys. I can promise you this. I know the secret. You want to be here. You want to be here Sunday night. You want to get that little teaser. I can promise you that. Hello. How you doing there, Matt?
I'm here, man.
All right.
I was thinking about watching the Godzilla movie again tonight, too, because that Kong thing comes out at midnight.
I haven't seen it.
The Kong versus...
No, he was just watching Godzilla versus Kong. He was saying he's about to go watch it. So I don't know if he's got...
That doesn't come out till tomorrow.
Yeah, he got some sort of a hack maybe or something. I don't know. I thought unless I misunderstood. But it doesn't really matter.
There's two Godzilla movies and a Kong on Skull Island that lead up to it. It's all like Marvel Universe stuff.
Awesome. I lived in Atlanta. If you guys remember the time when there was a giant fire underneath the interstate in Atlanta and the interstate collapsed,
right.
part of the interstate, and they were filming Godzilla versus Kong at that time, and I thought, oh my gosh, what a perfect opportunity. But man,
I'll tell you what, if you're looking for an Oscar-worthy presentation, that's not it. But if you just want something scapegoat,
you don't watch a Godzilla movie like thinking Oscars. You just
just something fun to watch and say, oh
Yep.
my god.
Yeah. So everybody in oh, go ahead.
That Skull Island Kong is old, and I still will watch it anytime I feel like I'm bored.
Awesome, guys in chat. Be throwing in there what you had for dinner. I am keeping an eye on that, and I'm getting like Teresa talking pizza and wings, courtesy of her daughter. I'm getting a little jealous of you guys with what you ate.
Well,
that's good.
Thing.
Yep. Hey, you want to have a little fun? You want to just you and me? Let's handle the meme grinder.
Yeah, we can do that.
All right, here we go. It's time for the meme grinder. All right, guys, so the meme grinder is this. It's memes I've seen over the last. Some of them are funny. Some of them are poignant. Some of them could be anything. You never know what you're going to get on the meme grinder. They could be serious. Probably not. But memes are rarely serious. And anyway, let's have some fun here. The first one is...
Oh, dear God.
Mississippi's literacy program shows improvement.
Wow. Nobody did that little jump rope thing, M-I-S-S-I-S-S-I.
Yeah, apparently not. Wow. Apparently not. I don't know how autocorrect didn't catch that one. I don't know. And here you go. Ever seen something so old with so many rings? Tom Brady.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Nice.
That's beautiful.
Yep. That is awesome. That is awesome. I tried oscillating today. I'm not a fan.
There's going to be people out there that have no idea what that's talking about.
Exactly, and that's half the time. Half the jokes I think that come flying through this show, people are like, what? Yeah. All right. Here's another one. The news. We are unprepared for this pandemic. Right?
Uh-huh.
In all of history, have we ever been better prepared? Giant flat screen TVs, indoor plumbing, streaming services galore, 24-hour news, and the government is giving us a wad of money. Exactly what are your expectations?
Yeah.
If you're saying
know how many people are going to go into dry heaves when the stimulus check stuff stops? I mean,
they got to go back to work. What? Yeah.
Yeah. I can't get unemployment anymore. I can't
get
stimulus.
They're gonna
do something.
Yeah, they're gonna have to go back to work. They'll figure it out. It'll all adjust back. It will. All right, here you go. I love this. You see this guy, this kicker? See how big this guy is? Ironically wearing red and orange, which I think is hilarious. But okay, this big boy kicker from Arizona Christian, right? Jason Light, be like kicker, check. Small school, check.
Right.
Fat guy, check.
Yeah.
Hashtag 2021 NFL draft.
Well, maybe so.
Now, I got to point this out. Who does this look like to you?
Axe murderer.
It looks like Hannibal Lecter.
Look, John Lynch a little bit.
It's actually George Hallis.
Really?
I had no idea George Hallis looked exactly like Hannibal Lecter. Hold on, let's bring the dude in for a little bit of this. Hey, dude.
Hey, guys.
Hey, what'd you have for dinner?
A White Russian.
Of course. Beautiful. I'm gonna keep going and finish up the meme grinder, then we'll get into other stuff, dude. Okay.
Awesome sauce.
All right, here we go. First professional soccer player vaccinated.
Isn't that the truth? Holy moly.
Amen to that. All right, here we go.
Yeah.
A rare photo of Keith Richards holding Betty White.
That's hilarious. Because Keith's about 65 in that picture.
Yep. All right, here we go. The New Orleans Saints have released new uniforms. They're going back to their roots.
I believe that. I believe that for a fact.
That's coming. That is coming. Now we have this. Bears fans, when they realize they can no longer finish 8-8.
Yeah.
Thanks to the 17-game season.
They have no idea.
Yep. They don't know what they're gonna do. They can't have it. Yeah, nobody's gonna have a 500 record this year.
You could have a tie. What does that do for you?
Oh, that's true. That's true. You could have a 500 record. Ooh, you got me. Okay, and last but not least on the meme grinder, and I love this, change.org. The funny part is 143,000 people have signed a protest, or whatever you want to call it, signed a petition saying that they want there to be an NFL player age limit.
Oh, my God. What do you do if they make it to the end? You give them a big bonus check and a ring?
I think that's just awesome. I think that's just awesome that happened. I absolutely love that. So, I don't know. I think it's funny. But, all right. So, all right, dude. How you doing?
What's going on, guys?
Not a brother. How are you?
I missed Joshua Cole Allen, and for that I apologize. Have you talked about the big Buccaneer news of the day yet?
The tattoo?
I knew that's where it was going. Yes. Yeah, the big Bucs news.
Did we unpack it, or are we not unpacking that? Or
There's nothing to unpack. He got a tattoo. Yay. Joshua liked it. Whatever. I mean,
It would have impressed me if he put it on his fanny, but other than that. So
wow.
Go to the press. You get the joke.
That would have impressed you. I mean, could there be less news? This is my deal. As I think about, this is the off season, dude. This is the dog days of the off season. This is where when Bruce Arians' tattoo is the big news. I do think there was some reasonable news coming out of, coming from Bruce Arians today about maybe he's open to drafting a quarterback. O.J. Howard looks phenomenal. Little things like that. That's news because we're starved for news.
Talked about Vaughn today too.
Do you believe he's really high on Vaughn?
That's what he
just wanted to
said.
wait. What is this Vaughn that people are getting high on that I don't?
Keyshawn. Nice.
Let me say this. What I think, circling back to the tattoo, and I'll drop it after this, I swear. It was very informative to me because, first of all, Bruce Arians is a man of his word. He said he would get a tattoo if they won a Super Bowl. They did. But what's really informative to me, if you look at the picture real closely, it makes me feel better that my back is less hairy than Bruce Arians' back. But back to Bruce Arians too, not the tattoo, or no pun intended with the back. The comment or the quote about he would consider a quarterback. It wasn't even a late round quarterback. It was when we get to a particular pick, whatever the pick may be, wherever the pick may be.
Right.
We're going to have a list of 5 or 6 players.
Right.
If one of the quarterback and he has the highest developmental ceiling, we'll take him. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I am not here to promote the Florida Gators in any way, shape, or form. Trust me. But I can see if Kyle Trask is available, they might take a flyer on him because let's be honest, whoever they draft, whether it be the 32nd pick or the second round, third, fourth, and so on, these guys aren't coming in and plug and play players for the Bucs now. This is a weird situation that's new.
Dude, that's why I want them to. Yeah, that's why I really want them to trade down because these are not guys who are going to be starting, and I don't know that. You're not drafting for today. You're drafting for depth, and that's awesome and that's great. But you can get more depth if you trade back to next year's draft.
Oh, undoubtedly. And, the salary cap jumping up dramatically next year obviously
right.
plays into that. My thinking is, Bruce, first of all, anybody who, can read a stop sign and, I don't know, figure out that you sign your name next to the X, understands that Bruce Arians isn't going to tell you what the hell they're doing. Okay?
Right.
But Bruce Arians does like to throw things out in an effort to misdirect or put pressure on, or maybe some of these are subtle hints towards the general manager Jason Light. Maybe they're in the background arguing we should get a quarterback at 32 and develop him under Brady for 2 years. No, I don't want to. And that was Bruce Arians' way of saying, "Oh yeah, well I'm going to put it in the media." Who knows?
Right. Yeah, there's so many things that we don't know that are going on behind the scenes. You're correct.
It's all silly. This is all the silly season. Now, the
Right.
factual thing, or the thing I think that we could probably talk a little bit more about is if OJ Howard is looking, whatever the word he used, sumptuous, fantastic, whatever the word was, that changes a lot with the Buccaneers offense, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, OJ Howard did look fairly decent, at least in the receiving aspect. The short time.
Briefly, yeah, before he got hurt, yes.
But he's got pretty good stats for the time that he's been on the field. He doesn't stay on.
Not one. No. He had a pretty bad year the last year with Jameis.
Now you ready for me to take both of those stories and put them together?
Yep.
What if we're saying, yeah, OJ Howard is looking really good. He'll be back. He's healthy. He's going to be great, and we're going to trade him and draft a quarterback.
Now that's an idea. I'm not against bringing in another quarterback for.
That's okay. I thought he was going to combine them and say that Bruce Arians was about to get a tattoo of OJ Howard. So,
No,
I mean,
I think I think OJ should get a tattoo of Bruce getting a tattoo
of him. Yeah.
I'll say this. I have nothing but the utmost respect for Bruce Arians and everything that he's done, whether or not people want to just say it's all Brady, whatever. But for you fans, and I hate directing you away from a show, but we're fair here. Go to Ian Rappaport's Facebook page or Twitter. Go find the picture of Bruce Arians' tattoo and do yourself a favor. Click the comment section. Oh my God. They're roasting the poor guy.
Are they?
And my
That's
thing
terrible.
is, a gentleman of that age gets a tattoo. Isn't that kind of him, like trying to bond with the team and the camaraderie part of it? We do know players love Coach Arians, right? So,
People gotta bitch. It's just something people have to do. They've got to whine. They've got to always be complaining about something. It's just so. And I'll tell you this, dude. You and I are both the same when it comes to this. When it comes to complaining, we're both like, oh my God, come on. I mean, it's life's good right now. This is as good as it gets.
He's not leaving tickets at the will call for Elvis. I mean, there's been some crazier coaches out there.
Oh yeah, he's not crazy at all.
No.
If Tom Brady left tickets for Elvis would freaking show up.
Him and Jim Morrison both in a microbus.
Yeah, Tom Brady is quickly becoming everything they say about what's the guy with they had all the memes for
The world's most interesting man.
No, the other guy, the actor, Texas Ranger, Walker Texas Ranger guy.
Oh, Chuck Norris?
Yes, he's quickly becoming in real life what Chuck Norris was in those memes. I mean, it's like, yeah, if Tom Brady left a ticket for Elvis, Elvis would show.
Do you know what? Do you know that in Chuck Norris's beard there is a fist?
There's a fist in his beard.
What? A fist. Never
Okay.
mind. It's a Chuck Norris joke. A fist.
Okay,
Like he punched-
that one didn't work.
Bing. All I'm saying though is that
Wah, 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 wah.
massive kudos to a coach for going and getting the tattoo and
Yeah.
posting on social media. That was
Yeah.
fun. But for more fun, go click the comments section. Please. I implore you. If you ever watch the show with Dave Navarro and a couple of the other guys where they grade the tattoos, they have it's like a tattoo artist competition show. I forget what it's called. Ink.
Yeah, ink.
Yeah.
Those memes are prevalent in the comment sections on Twitter and Facebook.
I wonder what his wife said about it.
Ah, this looks delicious.
Well, and I'm going to tell you about the fourth comment, because the good ones are always at top. The fourth comment was, I wonder if he also got a Tom Brady tramp stamp.
Oh, dear God.
That's awesome. Oh, here. So why are girls now getting? They no longer get tramp stamps. Now it's their hip, like the whole like thigh, outer thigh and hip area.
Because they're all dykes. I don't. Well, it's just crazy.
Wow, that got dark and way across the line quick.
Whoa!
Oh.
Hey! Wow! Hit him with the Saints helmet.
Yeah.
I do give kudos to a guy getting a tattoo. I don't have a tattoo. The dude doesn't have a tattoo.
I don't have one
because there's nothing I want to look at the rest of my life. Really,
That's my thing. I'm not ready for that kind of commitment. I mean,
and
that's a bigger commitment. That's a bigger commitment than marriage because you can divorce.
Well, like if you get like I don't know, like a baseball and a football tattoo when you're 80, it's gonna just look like a saggy pair of balls on your arm.
Yeah.
If you get it now, yeah, it's gonna. Yeah, I mean, it's like if you all those girls. I thought about that. All those models, back in the day when I was a photographer, all those models that were like, real young girls that got butterflies. I guarantee you, about this point, they're looking like pterodactyls.
Yeah.
I mean,
gargoyles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or we're gonna tie it into our buddy Steven. Arby's massive meat mountains.
Yeah, monster meat or whatever, meat monster sandwiches. Yep. I'm just like, wow. I don't know where. Yeah, that's just that.
So and we're like what 3-4 weeks from the draft. Bucs fans, this is weird for you. It's weird for all of us. The Buccaneers can literally just draft the best player on the board. You don't have to be like, I need a tackle, I need a guard, I need this. Sure, they need depth at all those positions, but that number one pick, they could literally go, who's the best athlete or who's the best player.
That's just but you know what though? That never happens for any team. I mean, it's so odd to just look at your team and go, yeah, we don't have any holes. And that sounded bad.
Also crazy
but,
that we signed everybody back because usually when you win a Super Bowl, somebody's going to take off and chase a check.
No, and that's what. Okay, so I have an interesting theory, just to throw out here, for you guys to chew on a little bit. And I want, and you know what I'm going to do, guys? I'm going to throw the phone number up here. If you want to call in, feel free to call in. Let me throw the banner up if I can. I'm going to try and do that. I believe.
There it is.
Okay. So here's my question. Pretend the Bucs go ahead and win 2. All right. Now the salary cap gets much bigger. Okay. All of a sudden, when you're going for that 3-peat, you've got all the salary cap in the room in the world to bring them back again.
Sue won't come back.
And brother, you think he wouldn't come back for a 3-peat?
Hey, it was 13 months ago that we all went, Tom Brady's not coming to Tampa.
Right.
Yeah, you're right.
Right. I mean, and Ndamukong Suh coming back, that's the least of that. That would be the least of a shocking kind of a thing.
Think about this, too. If they don't sign Antonio Brown before the draft, which that could be the strategy, keep him out there. If you look at the draft in the first round, most mock drafts from the quote-unquote professionals, they've got upwards of 5 quarterbacks going in the first round. And
right.
If that happens, there's like 4 quality wide receivers, including the Heisman Trophy winner, that are going to keep dropping down that board and dropping down that board. There's 2 from Alabama, 2 from LSU, and then there's 2 quality running backs who are slated to be mid-first round. All those players are like in the first 15 picks. If they get shoved back, you could end up with a legitimate guy who's good enough to start, but where is he going to start?
Right.
Obviously.
Well, that's why I'm thinking though. I mean, think about it. If they win, if they win back to back, and they're going to go for 3, and that's historic, guys. I think guys are going to want to be a part of that. And there's all of a sudden going to be a gigantic bump in the salary cap. They could do. This could be like literally a historic team. Epic historic team.
Not since the free agency started has any team been able to keep this majority of their roster.
Right.
And
now,
if you're going to do it on the 3rd year.
Right. That's what I mean. That's what's so crazy is it's not unthinkable. I mean, who's the least likely? Sue? Okay, so if Sue is the least likely to come back, all right. But
Fournette probably too.
nobody really, because they'll be able to pay him, and
We'll be able to pay him, but he's gonna. We would have to pay him. They wouldn't be able to do as many of these team friendly deals. They're going to have to come out and pay the pauper at some point.
No, they're paying them now. A lot of these guys signed multi-year contracts. These guys did not all sign 1-year contracts. There's only a couple of them that signed 1-year contracts. So you only would have to sign a few players versus what they had to this year.
Right, but next year they're going to have the signing bonus has covered up a lot of stuff this year. I think I might be wrong, but I thought that's how it went.
It did, but those guys are going to be able. Next year, the salary cap goes way, way, way up
because of the TV deal.
Yeah, there's going to be over $200 million.
Well, let's get the second one under the belt.
Oh, I agree. I'm just throwing it out there that it's like this is actually set up pretty interestingly in ways that I don't know that people are thinking about.
Bruce Arians and Light are probably sitting around having a beer saying the same thing.
Yeah.
If we can pull this off.
Yeah. If we can pull this off.
Where we one of the ladies on the defensive coaching staff is supposed to be a candidate for a defensive coordinator. Could you imagine if Todd Bowles put her in charge and he took off?
No, if Bowles ends up taking over, and I mean, if they win again, I don't know that. I mean, Bowles is gone. I would guess Bowles is gone. Now I don't know who would be the new coordinator. I don't know. Listen, this is the road you got to navigate. Okay. Right now, and I have no problem if she's the best qualified with her being the defensive coordinator. I don't know who would be the next best for that position. I can tell you this. Arians knows, and whoever that would be would take over. If they win another Super Bowl, Todd Bowles is gone. I just can't fathom him still being there. I would love if he was, but...
Couldn't they go Monty Kiffin 10-year contract?
Yeah, the only way they could get around it would be, say, if Bruce said, this next year is my last year and then you're the head coach. I mean, then maybe, Yeah. But I don't see it happening because
So just and like you said, there's so many layers to what is ahead for the Buccaneers, including most of the teams in the NFL. Like, think about this, Rick and Matt. No off season of any sort last year. No real training camp. That number, like X amount of hundreds of missed snaps and reps. And now they're going to get to do that.
Well, they haven't said yet for certain they're going to do preseason. But Rick said at the beginning of the show, what is something you want to see next year that we didn't see this year or whatever? That's what I want to see.
I thought they said 3. Yeah. They said 3 games.
Yeah, no. I read an article today where it was still questionable.
No.
Maybe it was just the article was bad.
They're going to have fans in the stands.
Yeah, they're planning on full stands, 100% full stands, going everything full on this year, and 3 preseason games. It came out today.
They're having players, people, and media at the draft.
Yeah.
Well, I hope they do that because if we could put these people together without a preseason, imagine what we could do with 3 months of drills. That just is more.
Imagine if you don't have to wait till week 8, 9, or 10 for Tom Brady to get the chemistry with everybody.
Right.
Yeah. It's going to be fun.
Where they left off, and I hate to say it, but this has got the ringing to me of a dynasty in action.
No,
I remember when the 49ers used to have everybody. Remember
a mini dynasty, yeah.
They had the dynasties in San Francisco. They had when everybody could pay you whatever.
Holy crap!
You had these super teams.
That's just hard to say, isn't it? Though, as a Bucs fan, isn't that hard to say? It's hard to wrap your mind around. Look, we won a Super Bowl, and I don't want to get in front of ourselves, but let's just say this: we're going to have a little bit of fun up ahead. All right, guys, I'm going to shut this thing down for the night. But want to thank you guys for both being here.
Yep,
I appreciate it.
My pleasure, man. I'll see
you sir. On Saturday night. Yes, sir. All right. Have a good night, Matt.
Have a good cheeseburgers.
What?
Cheeseburgers.
What about them?
That's why I'm going to eat some cheeseburgers.
Nice.
Great job as usual. Great job by Joshua earlier.
Yeah.
I didn't see who else came on, but I'm sure they did a great job too.
Hey, here's a fun thing to do. Take pepper jack cheese, stick it on the inside of your burger, and then cook it.
All right, I feel almost affronted by that, like you were going to say something dirty, so I'm waiting for the punchline here.
No. All right, brother.
Hey, everybody, go check out Ian Rappaport's picture of Bruce Arians' tattoo. It'll give you a couple good chuckles. Thank you for tuning in. Shout out to the Tech Bar and Grill Isla del Sol, your home for Buccaneers live coverage. Shout out to all the other guys at Bucs Report, from Evan Winter, Joshua Cole Allen, Peter Blake, Ray Kennedy, Harry the Greek, Gene Thomas, Jacob Charnow. Oh my gosh, who am I forgetting? Salty Buck, of course, Rick Hughes sitting right there, all looking pretty.
Ray, Peter,
Philip Schwegler, and everybody else, man. Thank you so much. Do us a favor, everybody down there in the comment section, hit that share button, pound the like.
Yep.
Let us know what you think, and we'll see you guys on Saturday.
Awesome. Have a great night, everybody. Thanks for stopping by.